Welcome back to the Triple XP Arcade, the podcast where nerd culture levels up. We're here to press X on all things nerdy, so grab a token, press start, and let's rack up some
Triple XP!
Today in the arcade, as always, we have myself, Drew.
Hey everyone, you have Lex logged in.
And it's Gigs at the bottom of the eighth.
You have to have your intro like that from now on, Gigs.
just my baseball announcer, color commentary.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm still in baseball mode, that's why.
Yeah, rough go for the Jays this past weekend, hey?
Shout out to the boys. They had a good season. I hope next year they come back strong and we'll see them at the World Series in 2026.
Could you do the rest of this episode in that voice?
That would be way too hard. I would break pretty quick. It would probably, like, I have that bad habit where it'll just like start turning into Jamaican or something, like in the middle,
and then by the time you're done, you don't know how you got to your destination from where you started.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
All right. Well, Halloween is over. We're all in our post-Halloween candy comas. We're recovering from all the sugar over the weekend, recovering from the Jays game, of course, unfortunate loss there. But the big thing here is we're putting a pin in the scary movies, in the horror games, and all the spooky talk. We had a whole month of that, and now we're shelving it for at least a little bit. I think Gigs probably will still have a few survival horror games here and there. Lex, I don't know if you're still planning to continue on with scary movies with the daily frequency that you were doing in October. I'm taking a little bit of a break for November.
Break as well.
So this month, we thought it would be a great idea to take a trip down memory lane. Instead of going into some of the scary things, the horror themes, we're going to go with a theme that we're calling November Nostalgia, where basically everyone here at the Triple XP Arcade is just going to reminisce a little bit about some of the good old days. We're going to be talking about some games. We're going to be talking about some of our experiences. We will close the month out with our Saturday morning cartoons episode, which will be a really, really good one. I think there's a lot of hidden gems there that have just been tucked in the back of everyone's minds for the last 20, 30 years. So we're diving into this nice, warm, cozy nostalgia theme. And for today's episode, we're going to start with our first gaming memories. And the way that we're going to do this is we can't necessarily just talk about our first memory alone. Otherwise, this episode is going to be done in like 15 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of journey through time from our very, very first gaming memory that we can remember, and then just hitting some of our milestone first memories as we go, as we upgraded consoles and as we grew with video games throughout the years. So we'll keep it nice and easy, nice and cozy. So grab a nice hot cup of cocoa and just take the nostalgia ride with us this month in November. So we'll get started, like I said, with some video games. I think maybe it makes sense for me to start this one because I think my earliest video game memory might precede both of you before
that makes
both of you
sense.
were alive. I'm an old guy.
Before both of us were alive?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think how far back this memory goes because I was trying to think my very, very first memory. And of course, my timelines might be jumbled because it's been a while. But the first gaming memory I have is playing the Commodore 64.
Wow.
Do either of you remember that?
That's before my time.
I remember you busting it out when we were a little older. So, like, after we had all kind of gotten into video games, I think you and your brother found it in a box and you set it up in the basement. So I had tried it, but like well after what I presume is your first memory.
Yeah, so it's the first memory, so it's a little bit fuzzy. I have more clear memories of some games afterwards, but I remember that we had a Commodore 64 when I was a kid, and it was my older brother's. He's 7 years older than me, so he was more equipped to like handle video game consoles, computers, and things like that. I was but a wee boy, and the Commodore 64, if you're not familiar, is, I guess it's technically a gaming console, but it's also a computer. It had like a keyboard, and you had like floppy disks and stuff that came along with it. I had to do like a quick little Google search just to refresh my memory on like how the process, because I remember the game, but seeing how you're like putting the floppy disk in and you're basically running like DOS prompts to launch the game. It was crazy. So at this time, I remember I needed my brother's help to both launch the game and just general controls of the game. And the first game that I remember ever playing on that was, I think it was a Space Invaders equivalent or port. I think it was called Sprite Invaders, if I remember properly. So it was, this is Commodore 64 era game, so the graphics are not worth a discussion. There's effectively no graphics on the Commodore 64. It's very, very base level. Think back to like Pong, like that kind of era types of graphics. So I remember playing Sprite Invaders, and that's really the very first memory that I have. I don't even remember what controller I was using, because the Commodore 64 had a keyboard, and I think there was like an Atari style controller that came along with it. I don't remember using that, but I'm so sure that at that age I would not have been able to do like a WASD keyboard controls with like shooting buttons on the numpad or anything like that. But that's where I guess, I didn't think this is where it started, but I think that's where it started for me. Like the Commodore 64, getting my launch of my video game journey. I thought it was going to be in the NES era for myself, but I guess I was a little bit behind, or I should say one step further back in my console start.
Dang.
I'm old. I'm an old guy. My back tells me that I played the Commodore 64.
Yeah, I can hear your knees from here.
Yeah. It sounds like an old 17th century house door opening when I walk up the stairs, and it's just the vibration from my knees. So
that's called mildew, actually.
So that's why I got us kicked off, because I had a feeling that neither of you would have played the Commodore 64 in the early stages of your life. I suspect that we're kicking off kind of mostly, I guess, for the three of us. Like officially we're kicking off around the NES era. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair. I would say so. What year did the NES come out? Was it 1988 or something?
I feel like I wanted to say 85.
85. Okay, so it was before I was born even.
So well, you know what? Before I continue talking, I already had my little spiel about the Commodore 64. Let's go over to Lex to get us started. Talk to us, Lex, about your first video game memory.
The very first video game memory with the NES?
Just in general, I think.
Unless you have one earlier than that.
No, that would definitely be my first one.
Okay.
The first one actually is when our parents actually brought home the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES.
Oh man, you remember that, eh?
Sort of, very, very faint, but like this was obviously during a time where there weren't many TVs available, like it is now, where I have a TV. I think in every room of me.
I think you have one in your bathroom. I think your room's even like a dentist chair, where
shower.
It's like,
yeah,
it's like on the roof.
You lay down and there's a projector at the roof.
You're rarely without screens or monitors in your house.
Exactly.
At this point, yeah.
Called it an addiction. But yeah, this memory was when they had brought them the system, and we only had one TV in the house at the time, and that was actually in my parents' master bedroom. There was no living room TV at all.
Oh.
And then when they had set it up, my older brother was crying because I think he was just scared or unfamiliar with what's happening. And for me, I was like an NPC. Like, I didn't know what was... I needed an action yet. I'm just standing there until something actions me.
Until you can get your greetings, traveler.
Yeah, exactly. And it was the original Super Mario Bros. That we had started at the time there. So obviously, beforehand, I was just standing there, and brother's crying. They had it all set up. They kick it off, and that's where we instantly had a lot of fun with it. There was like something just so new to us, right? Like you're controlling something on the TV.
Yeah.
And obviously at the time as well, I didn't know it wasn't 2 players, so I would get the fake controller.
The little brother controller.
The little brother controller, yeah. I'm controlling the stage moving left to right. But that's my NES memory for me.
I feel like that could be a good Nintendo commercial where you cut to the screen and you have one kid wailing out of fear and the other kid that's got just this 1,000-mile stare that's just stunned and shocked. And then you boot up, you hear the first, then you boot up the first tone of Mario that hits, and then immediately their faces just like have that look of amazement.
Yeah. Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
I'll email
writing it
Nintendo.
down. Yeah, I'll jot it down. Send them a letter old school way. I have an idea. Yeah.
Backdate it to 1985 too.
And write with my right hand just so it looks very like a child.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a really good. I personally don't remember the moment we brought home the console, so that's actually really cool that you remember the exact moment it came home with you.
Yeah, and it wasn't like at launch, or like this was we got the NES when I think the SNES was already out, so we were a little bit behind of the console age versus what I'm doing now, versus like I get it like a week before launch by robbing an Amazon truck.
I mean, shout outs to our parents for even getting those things. They were expensive when we were kids.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like, I'm pretty sure all of our parents probably had to save a bit to get us these toys.
Yeah. Absolutely, well, that was going to be my question for you, Lex. I know you would have been too young to remember, but like your parents aren't gamers. They don't play games today. I don't actually, growing up, I don't remember either of them playing games. So do you even know what prompted them to think, well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the Nintendo Entertainment System for my kids?
It was probably on sale, if I'm being completely honest. Because like when we grew up, our parents were very poor, right? They're manual labor workers, so it's not like they're spearheading a gift that's like $100 for us even at that point in time, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
It was either handy down, a refurb, or heavily discounted because the SNES is likely out at this time. So
that's right.
They're probably getting rid of the older consoles, and that's how we ended up with that system. But I think even for like future systems as well that they got us, it was never brand new. And our Tito actually gifted us the Game Boy, so a lot of stuff was hand downs, used refurb, or gifts when we were young.
Yeah, good. That's good though that they were able to make that happen for you without. I mean, you and your brother would have been too young to ask for this, I would assume. So they kind of just took a shot in the dark there and turned out to literally change your life, hey?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, good. All right, Gigs.
Wow.
Talk to us a little bit about your first video game memory. Doesn't have to be Nintendo Entertainment System if there was something before, but I suspect you start with the NES, right?
This one's actually tough, mostly because I don't have a good memory like you guys do. My brain gets very, very foggy, kind of like before like my pre-10 sort of age. All of it kind of just
like my first gaming memory is Dark Souls on the PS5. What? Like Elden Ring. What?
But like it's tough because it's like a lot of time kind of just blends together in my head, so I don't really know in order when these things happen. But I think my first gaming memory isn't actually the Nintendo either. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's actually those DOS games, like the 5-inch floppy DOS games.
Oh, that's right.
At our cousin's place.
Oh,
You guys know. Yeah, won't name names, but like, I think that it was like the volleyball heads. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, the purple things.
I think that was my first gaming memory because we didn't get the Nintendo either until I think it was like 92 or something like that. Okay. I also don't remember when we got NES. I do remember when we got an SNES. Yeah. But the NES just like appears in my memory. I don't remember when we got it.
Same for me.
Yeah, it's so tricky. And then I'm pretty sure there was more computer games that we played before the NES. So things like Tank Wars and...
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tank Wars.
Right? I love Tank Wars. and other DOS games. I think those were further back. I think. Yeah. But it's really tough because it's just kind of one time frame in my head. So
yeah. I wonder if that's sort of given the affinity that you have for PC gaming nowadays too. Thinking back that you kind of started on PC DOS gaming because Lex, you started on console gaming, and you're pretty hard on console gaming right now, right?
Yeah, consoles for life.
Interesting. I wonder if that if your brain just made that association, Gigs.
Yeah, you never know, man. Like this, it's hard to tell. You know, we're way past that era at this point. I think our brothers would probably have a better idea of what our actual first memory would be, but who knows?
That's a good throwback though. The volleyball game on the DOS. I remember we always had to ask our uncle to come and switch the games if we needed to, because you have to swap the discs. You have to run like the MS DOS prompt and stuff to be like run blah 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 .exe or whatever.
Yep. It's funny. It's like nowadays I think I understand what we probably wrote in DOS, but like as a kid, it's just nonsense. Yeah. You're just like trying to, you're memorizing what keys they hit and in what order. It's not so much what the words are saying.
All right. So we're starting, we've got sort of a different perspective here. We've got the start with the MS-DOS prompt games. I got my start on the Commodore 64 and Lex over to the NES. We're going to bump Gigs and I up an era. So Gigs, talk to us a little bit about your NES memories. This isn't necessarily your first memory, as you said, but your first kind of core NES memories that you can remember.
So mine actually goes back to when we developed the basement. So I guess it was our second house, but that's my earliest memory is in our second house. And at the time, the basement wasn't developed. But my memory jumps from nothing in the basement to some carpet in the basement with our TV and our Nintendo. So there's like a gap, but that is my earliest memory, was trying to start the NES in the basement in front of my little gaming cabinet. It was just like that tiny little, like 12-inch TV.
12-inch CRT. Yeah. Like this huge box for the small screen.
Yeah, exactly. And you had to turn the channel 3 and all that stuff. Yeah. And blowing on the cartridge. Or I didn't know. That was like the thing my brother taught me. He's like, oh yeah, if it doesn't start, you got to blow on the cartridge and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that's carried through when things break here that aren't even video game related, I blow on them just to see if it
you shake it a little bit, you bang it on the side, blow on it.
Wow.
It just works.
Do you remember what game you were playing or trying to get going?
It's funny, my first NES game that I remember isn't actually my game. It was your game. It was Tiger Heli.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I remember Tiger Heli as the first Nintendo game I ever saw.
Wow.
It was either Tiger Heli or Kid Icarus, but I'm pretty sure you owned Tiger Heli.
I did, yeah.
So,
Tiger Heli.
Yeah, so that's my first memory, but like on our own NES console, I think it was Double Dragon 2. Not Double Dragon 1. Double Dragon 2. Because we had gotten both at the same time, I think. And as a kid, I liked the cover art of 2 more, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't... I don't remember you having Double Dragon 2, but that's the good one. I mean, Double Dragon is a classic. But
yeah, the first and second one are amazing.
Yeah. Lex, do you remember what games you had like in your, I guess, in the earliest start of your NES library?
Oh, 100%. Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. The ones that came with the console.
Hunt. Yeah.
And that's all we ever owned.
I mean, at the time, it was kind of rare to own a lot of games. You just rented, right?
Yeah. Good old Aurora.
Yeah. I don't remember renting anything for NES era, to be honest. SNES, I definitely remember renting games for that. But NES, I honestly think it was just Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt that we hadn't played.
You actually just kind of boosted my memory on a core memory that I've just remembered now. You and your brother both did rent NES games. And I know this because on the weekend when it was time to rent games, because we would always hang out, like, right, we were all around the same age, so we always got together, played on the weekends, things like that. But I remember on the weekends, we would go to Flicks or Aurora, and I would go with you and your mom and your brother, and your mom would always ask me what games she should rent for you guys.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So we would walk through the game catalog together, and then she'd ask me, which one looks good? Which one looks good, Drew? Like going through, looking at the cases together. And I was always trying to think of what game I thought you and your brother would like to play. So we rented a whole bunch of games when we were younger, and a lot of them were just my recommendations or my picks, which
Drew's
is Drew's.
That's probably where the movies came from. They were just so good that we had to save it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you don't remember ever playing any other NES games, so I guess my picks at the time needed to mature a little bit.
To be fair, as the younger brother, I never really got hands-on time with the systems. And that was true even for like N64 era. Like I didn't get my own hands-on time until I bought my own system. Oh no, GameCube is when I was GameCube is when I got my own system.
No, I thought you bought a PlayStation. Like the
well
first
after.
PlayStation.
Well after.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well after. Like the PS2 was out at that point. But that's a story for another time.
Okay, well, so Drew's picks started a little bit earlier than we remember now, but like I said, not a ton of great ones apparently at that time. But Gigs, do you remember what your initial game library looked like?
I remember probably 4 or 5 of them. So we definitely had Super Mario because everyone had that. We had Ninja Turtles 2. Not one. We had 2. We had Double Dragon 1 and 2. And I believe that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time remembering. Yeah. I think that was it, though.
Okay. Yeah, I had a really small library, too. It's like you said, Gigs, I think in that era, a lot, like, you were just able to rent games for the weekend. So there wasn't really a need to, like, buy a game outright unless you knew you loved this game or if it was on, like, a huge clearance sale. So my library, I remember Tiger Heli, of course, which was, I mean, I haven't played it since we actually played it on the NES, but I remember that game being impossible. I remember thinking, why do we own this game? You can't, you die in like 30 seconds and then you always have to start from the beginning of the entire game again. So I never got good at that game. I was always frustrated playing that one. I remember I also had Bubble Bobble.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I had Rampage.
Oh, man. Rampage.
Remember
that's
that?
right.
Yeah. And then I also had Batman.
You had Batman? Oh,
yeah. Which also is impossible. All of these games were so difficult, but maybe they were easier for my brother, who is 7 years older. But when I was playing these games, it was punishing.
Yes, I remember hating Batman because it was like not fun to play because everything felt so janky. Like as a kid.
When we talk about this gets a little bit too specific, too nerdy, but when we're playing fighting games and we're talking about frame data, right? Like you have like a four frames of delay or something when you play online, and you're like, oh gosh, that's bad. Like it feels slow and sluggish. Batman had like 3-second delay. So we're talking like 120, 180 frame delay or something when you wanted to push your attack button or jump.
Yeah. Oh my god. Trying to jump over like projectiles. Like I think it was like bad guys shot bullets at you. I don't even think I ever jumped over a single one.
And that was one of the first games I can remember where you had to wall jump, like hop back and forth between walls to like get like vertical distance through the stage. Oof. Yeah, Batman, super punishing. And the other game that I remember, we had ice hockey for the NES. I think that was definitely my brother pick because I wasn't really into sports games in that era for sure.
I think you guys also had Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely my brother's sports picks coming out in that library there.
Yes.
I think the ones that were hard and not good were the ones that I wanted because the covers looked cool. Rampage, Batman, Tiger Heli.
That's true. I mean, we totally just went for the cover art half the time.
Yeah.
It's probably why none of us had Mega Man.
Oh, that's right. I do remember playing... I don't remember which one this was, but I remember playing, it was Mega Man either 1, 2, or 3. And again, very hard. Even as an adult now, the core Mega Man series is kind of tough to play. But I remember I read somewhere in a Game Pro at the grocery store, I think it was, where if you hold the B button down on the second player controller, it allows Mega Man to have like a super jump as long as it's held down.
What?
So
what?
Yeah. I don't remember which one, but it is a thing. And it made it easier to platform through, obviously, because you have like a boosted super jump. But I didn't have anyone that would just sit next to me and hold the button down. So I rigged some sort of contraption where I had a weight that was on like a little stack of cards or something that only was over the B button. And then it just like depressed it for the entirety when I was playing. So I kind of built myself a little.
You didn't just use your toes? I feel like that's something that I would have done. I would have just put the controller on the ground and push the B button with my big toe or something.
You're not worried about toe fatigue?
No way, man. Yeah, when you're a kid, you have all the toe endurance you could possibly have.
That's true. I mean, I never thought about it, but yeah, my toe endurance would definitely have been in an all-time max when I was a kid, for sure. Lex, do you remember any other like core NES game memories? Not necessarily your first one, but just like any other core memories from that era?
Not from the NES, no. That one's the most vague in terms of like console and games for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Gigs, how about you?
I just remembered we actually had Bart Simpson versus the Aliens or something. I can't remember which one it was.
Gosh. Yeah. That game is unplayable, I think.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The objective of the first level is to turn all the purple things red or something, and that is far too specific for like a 5-year-old. So like I'd never got anywhere in that game, but I think we had that one. I don't know which one it was. It was Bart versus someone or something. Yeah. And I remember having that game too. But outside of that, I just remember renting games. I remember being excited to rent Dodgeball, Super Dodgeball.
Oh my gosh, that game was amazing.
Because that one was like, it was always rented out. So it's like when it wasn't rented out, it was like, oh, you got to get it. I remember my brother really, really liked Excite Bike. And he would show that. I don't think I ever played it because he would take the controller. But I remember Excite Bike. And I remember one of us, it might not have been any of the three of us, but others in the family that had Super Mario Bros. 2 and how weird that game was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that as well. But
yeah.
Other than that, it's kind of like Lex said, it gets a little vague and a little hazy. So yeah.
Things start to like clear up in the SNES era a bit.
Yeah. I would say I get a lot more into games once the SNES kind of gets introduced into our lives.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me close out this era with the last NES game that I remember being in love with, and that was Little Nemo, the Dream Master.
Oh my goodness, yes, you're right.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
So this game, I vaguely remember it, but I remember you really liking it, actually, specifically.
Yeah. So this is a game, you're Little Nemo, he's kind of like a baby, I guess, and you're running around in this dream world. There's animals everywhere, and you throw candy into the animals' mouths until they, I guess, like fall asleep, and then you take their power. You like jump in. The concept is kind of weird. It's a dream world, but you would like go into like a mole, for example, and you don't turn into a mole. You turn into Little Nemo wearing a mole costume with mole powers.
Yeah, that's right. They kind of look like pajamas, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that game was, I think, maybe one of my favorite NES games that I can remember. I remember it's the same, kind of like how you're both saying the NES era a little bit fuzzy. For me, all I remember from the NES era is that all of the games were impossible. Like they were just all extremely difficult. The only one that I ever beat out of all of the ones that I have or can remember was Bubble Bobble, and that was only like when I was much older. But in that timeline, or in that time era, when I was actively playing, I was playing for the fun of it, but it was about persistence. This is something that the new generation of kids wouldn't understand, is sitting at a CRT TV cross-legged for 3 hours trying to beat the first level of Tiger Heli.
That's probably why we have back and knee problems.
That's true. The TVs were so much higher than where we were sitting too.
Sitting conditions.
Our necks cranked up. Yeah.
You kids nowadays have no idea how good you have it. I'm just going to throw that out there as my typical, stereotypical old person comment.
Yeah. Old man yelling at cloud.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's hop forward into the timeline a bit, because we want to get I want to get more memories from both of you. Lex, talk to me about your first SNES memory.
Ooh, I remember when we got the console. The console came from Santa.
Ooh.
Yeah. That one came from Santa. But it was funny because so my dad at the time worked midnights. So when the gift showed up, it was just the next morning, and it was in black marker, like written to my brother and myself in black marker. And my brother had called out that this looked an awful lot like Dad's writing. So that's what I remember from the SNES area of how we got that console. And I actually own all the boxes still from the consoles that we got when we were kids. I had it on display when I had my house back then.
Those are the original ones from you, like from your childhood?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah. And I also remember that we definitely got rebates from them because my mom had cut off the UPCs for the boxes.
Yes.
So they definitely got money back some way, somehow for those consoles. But that was the memory of getting the SNES console. Mm-hmm. And the game that it came with was Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a wild time. That one I honestly don't remember too much of because, again, I was younger brother, so my controller time was very limited. But the first,
your brother gave you the NES. He's like,
I got to play NES, with no screen. But the
screen.
Yeah. The first game that I avidly remember, though, the one that I had played, and again, because when we grew up, we were quite poor, so it wasn't like the popular games that kids would get. So the first game I remember playing a lot was Math Blaster.
Oh my god! I do remember you guys having Math Blaster.
Yeah, I think my parents got it at a very steep discount, $7 or something. But we played the hell out of that game. when I went to school and did mad minutes, it was like mad 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
Lex is like, what? They're letting us play video games at school? This is crazy.
Yeah. This is amazing. I did this last night.
Oh my gosh. I do remember going to your place and doing math for like extended periods. What a great way to trick kids into doing math, eh?
I remember the one stage that was like an alien in a UFO that like scrolls to the top of the screen, and you had to like, did you have to shoot numbers at him? Because it's like, it said like question mark plus 4 equals something, and you had to shoot the correct number at him, something like that.
Yeah, the asteroids. So the formula comes up, and you have to shoot the correct answer to the formula with like your ship, and then it goes to like a side scroller stage, and you have to go vertically up, and to pass each floor, like it's just like a separator. You have to solve the equation properly as well. And it wasn't like 2 + 2 = this. It was like 17 divided by something equals 3, and you're like, what?
Yeah, those were hard questions. I think there's the reason why you and your brother are so good at math.
Yes, I can see
Degrees
that.
in math, yeah.
I can see how like you backtrack when you think back, and you're like, oh, that's how it started. Because you said you and your brother both have degrees in math, right?
Yep. Both of us.
Well, maybe you should write a thank you letter to the Math Blaster developers to just to say that you made a difference in a young boy's life. I do, it sounds silly, but I actually do remember that Math Blaster was really fun, though.
It was.
Yeah, there's like fractionals in that game.
Yeah.
Fractionals?
Like way ahead of our time in like grade 2.
Oh my gosh, Math Blaster, that's amazing. I also remember you had Mario All-Stars, did you not?
Oh,
I
that's
did.
right.
I got that for my birthday from my mom.
Aw.
Yeah, I remember that because a bunch of my friends and my cousins were over at my place, or our house at the time, and again, we didn't own a lot of games, so the choice was Super Mario World single player or Math Blaster.
Brutal.
Buckle up, kids. You're about to play some games.
Oh, man.
And that one was an absolute game changer to me because I never played Super Mario Bros. 2 or Super Mario Bros. 3 or the Lost Levels or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that was my first time playing Super Mario Bros. 3. So that was a wild time, and that's one of the greatest games ever made as well.
Agreed. Mario 3 is like, all things considered, I think that's definitely, at least in my top 3 greatest games ever made.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's still good to this day.
Yeah, and I just have one more memory from the SNES area I want to share as well. When we were all kids, like you guys, your brothers, my brother, I remember, Drew, your brother was incredibly good at Street Fighter 2 specifically, and same with your brother too, Gigs.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing was we asked our parents to buy us the game, so we can secretly practice in the background. Well, because like if you guys remember, we had a rule when you guys played against us. Because I remember you two, Drew and Gigs, you were really good at the game, and me and my brother weren't. But we had a rule where, do you guys remember what the rule was?
Seconds?
No, not that one. The other rule. There was another one.
No throws?
No throws. Yeah,
close.
There's no throws, seconds.
No special moves.
Yeah, no special moves. So no Hadoukens, no Shoryukens when you play against us.
I don't remember that one.
So you can only kick or punch. Light, medium. Was there hard even? There was hard, right?
Yeah, there's always been.
Yes, yeah. Light, medium, or hard moves only.
That's a good way to balance.
Yeah.
Man,
but I remember that as well. Like, and that one we got in so much trouble for because we bought it at not a typical retailer. It was one of those like specialty retailers. So we had begged our parents to just buy this game for us. Like, please, for the love of God, we need to win something. So we begged, we cried. This was before church as well. And they ended up getting it for us for like something like $70 for the game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fast forward, like 2 weeks later, walking around the Toys R Us, Super Street Fighter 2, right there, clearance, $15. Like,
No.
damn, that hurts.
We
never obviously showed our parents that. Yeah, that was something we would not. That's a secret we would take to our graves.
That's a core memory. That brings you to today when you're like, I'm not paying full price for anything.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting this out.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the next Steam sale.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I do remember kind of the winter stays Street Fighter 2 sessions that we would have.
We never stayed.
Aww. And you still don't.
Ooh. Oh, PTSD. No specials, Gigs.
No specials. Oh my gosh. All right, Gigs. Let's hear about some of your SNES memories.
Honestly, I just want to build off of that one again. So I have so many fond memories of fighting games on the SNES with all of us and our brothers. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reason why I got so into them, growing up, is just like watching everybody else play and then seeing how cool it was. But I remember the first time I learned to do a Dragon Punch, I got a blister on my thumb. Yeah. That was so bad. Like, we rented Street Fighter 2, not none of the newer editions, but like just Street Fighter 2. And I remember just trying to do a Dragon Punch with Ken, and I developed a huge blister on my thumb. And that like muscle memory has stayed with me. I don't play a pad anymore, but like that motion just like stayed with me for the rest of time. I could only ever do it on the right side of the screen. So on the left side of the D-pad. So I would always pick Fei Long when Super Street Fighter 2 came out on the SNES. I would always pick Fei Long because his was on the other side. So you could do his DP from the left side of the screen, whereas like if I'm like Kararyu, I can only do it from the right side of the screen. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Before you keep going on your other games that are Gigs, I just want to throw in a memory for Street Fighter as well. Because this is like I said, when we think back to where it all started, I can pinpoint the moment that my fighting game drive came from. Because for the listeners who might have heard some of our earlier episodes, we went to EVO earlier this year to play in a Street Fighter tournament at EVO. Gigs and I have been playing Street Fighter kind of semi-competitively for a few years. So we were into fighting games, fair to say, right? And when I was a kid, we had rented a Super Nintendo and Street Fighter 2 from Aurora. Shout out Aurora, sponsor us. Woo! Woo! And we were playing this I think it was a small group of us. I can't remember who was all there. I do remember, I thought you were there, Gigs, and I think your brother was there too. Definitely my brother was there. I'm not sure if you and your brother were there too, Lex. But we were playing Street Fighter 2, and we were just doing the arcade mode. We were just trying to beat the game, because we hadn't been able to beat it before. I actually can't remember if we were able to set the difficulty either. I think we might have cranked it up to 8 or something. But we were playing through the game, and we were taking turns. If you lose, you pass the controller on to someone, and you just keep going. And in this version, you had the 4 kings at the end. So you had Balrog, Vega, Sagat, and Bison, right? And we made it to Vega, which was the third to last boss. And my brother, and I think your brother, Gigs, were switching back and forth trying to beat Vega. And they kept losing, like, loss after loss. And I kept asking. I was like, I want to try. I think I can do it. I want to play. And they're both like, no, can't. You're too small. Yeah. Basically, more or less, they're like, no, you suck. Don't touch the controller. So they just kind of went back and forth. And I think probably I was crying. That sounds like something that I would have done then. And I was crying because I was like, I want to try. And then they're like, ugh, fine. And then they're like, just let him try once. And they gave me the controller. And I beat Vega on my first try. And that feeling, I chased that my entire life.
Okay, I think I remember this. Okay, tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
Did you pick Guile and did you air throw Vega?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's the backbreaker. Okay. I thought I remembered this.
Yeah, that was where it all started, and since then I was like, ooh, I like fighting games. I like fighting games because the feeling I get, the rush from that one moment. And now I've gone and played at EVO, so it all started from there for Street Fighter 2 for me.
My drive was always to beat my brother. Always.
Your brother was really good at fighting games.
I know. His claim to fame when he was in junior high was there used to be this is crazy, but there was a pool hall next to our elementary / junior high school.
Yeah.
And in that pool hall, there was a Street Fighter Alpha 2 or Street Fighter Alpha cab.
Yeah.
And my brother, to this day, will still tell me he beat the game with Ken on 1/4.
That was his biggest flex.
Yeah, he still, to this day, tells me about that story. Because he would go every lunch. Again, I don't know why there was an arcade or a pool hall with an arcade next to an elementary school.
It's the 90s. No one cared.
Yeah. Right next to the burger joint, which is, again, right across the alley. Like, when I say beside, for people listening, I mean literally it shares an alley.
Yeah.
Like, they're beside each other.
Stones throws away, literally.
Yeah.
Compliance wasn't a thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
You go and buy a pack of cigarettes. just getting a pack for recess.
Man. But yeah, I had to always beat my brother. That was my thing. Do you guys remember when we would go up to our Lolo's place? And I think it was you, Lex, you and your brother brought this Super Nintendo up there. And we would all play Street Fighter, I think it was Alpha or Alpha 2 on the SNES at Lolo's place. And we would take turns. That was where the winner stays thing. Oh yeah, Lex, you might not have been able to play, but
no, I remember bringing my system and my game, but I remember not playing.
Oh, I mean, it made those trips really fun, though.
Oh,
otherwise,
yeah, you're welcome.
Kind of sitting, hanging out.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Lex.
That was like a group of like 8 or 10 of us cousins just like sitting beside the TV. Our parents could do whatever they wanted, and we would just take turns playing each other. And
you know, this is probably why I don't play fighting games anymore, because I have this like PTSD feeling that I'm going to get kicked off.
This is why you lean more towards single player games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't kick me off. There's only one player.
Oh man, there's gonna be some psychologist listening to this in the future, studying how like childhood trauma shapes us and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably why I'm always so polite when it comes to fighting games. Can I play? Yeah, go for it. It's not like I was going to play anyways. So.
Aww. Do you guys remember when Mortal Kombat came out and we all tried to do the test your might thing, and my brother did his weird face shake?
Yes. Yeah.
You had to like mash. I think you had to mash A or something, and then hit R to like. To like, you know, like chop the block or whatever. And everyone else was, you know, like trying to mash the button with their finger, or did the thing where they like scrape the buttons with their nails kind of thing.
Or a spoon.
Or a spoon. And then my brother just takes the controller and mashes it against his mouth. And we're all like, what?
Yeah, I remember that.
What the hell are you doing?
He formed like a little firm keratinous beak with his mouth. And then just
the
like
beak.
Yeah, and then just like turbo pressed it against his face.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Not trying it, but watching it.
It was impressive.
Womp womp. So many fond memories of playing fighting games with like the cousins. I think that's like one of my core SNES memories.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I have one that was another multiplayer core memory here, and I only remember ever doing this at your place, Gigs, but it's when we would rent Bomberman with the multi-tap.
Oh yeah.
Aurora, man. Yeah. They delivered.
Aurora was the best place to go when you were a kid.
Yeah. And no one ever went there because it was in the weirdest spot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back of a mall corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring any kids to do anything.
Yeah,
nowadays,
that's like the type of corner in a mall where you walk as fast as you can around the corner.
You see kids buying packs of cigarettes there. Yeah, so the Bomberman was always so much fun because this was one of the first times that we were able to do like four players simultaneously, because the multi-tap was you had to rent that separately. No one owned the multi-tap, at least for the first level. I thought you owned one after a while, Gigs?
No, we definitely didn't.
No, okay. So then, yeah, it must have just been sort of perpetually rented. But yeah, Bomberman with the multi-tap was... we could pop that in right now and it'll still be just as fun. That game aged beautifully.
Yeah, that game was super hard. I think that was the one where like I don't know if it's introduced, but like where you could like lift and throw bombs over the walls. Yeah. Or like each other over the walls. It's like if you kicked a bomb into somebody, they would like get stunned, and then you could like pick them up and whip them across the stage. Yeah. Bomberman was great. And then I don't remember if we had a multi-tap for this, but the other memory I have there is actually at your place, Lex. I only remember ever playing this at your place, and that was Turtles in Time, because you had that one also.
Yeah. Oh, I think we did own that game.
You guys definitely owned that one.
Yeah. So it actually has the original Flicks sticker on it still. Yeah. Because I think that was the game where we had rented it so many times that when we went to go return it, the owner actually offered to sell it to us for super cheap.
I'm seeing a trend in your rental history, Lex. I'm really glad we dove back more. So it started before Star Fox 64 is what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I got an N64, sorry, don't you worry. But we have the sticker on that game, and I think that's the reason why we have it, because when we went to return it the last time, they're like, do you guys want to just buy it for like $3? And we're like, oh yeah, we're in.
Yeah. Did we play that with a multi-tap? Or did we just take turns off the two players?
I think it was only two. But like,
that one I don't remember. A multi-tap, to be honest. I just remember Bomberman was the only one I remember with a multi-tap. That was the only game we had played, and then the next multi-tap memory was in PlayStation era.
Okay.
To me, yeah.
So before we close out the SNES era, I just want to throw in a quick 2 thoughts regarding peripherals. I remember, Gigs, you had Mario Paint, which was...
Oh, yeah, I still have it. Yeah. I looked it up, or I dug it out of my boxes. Yeah. It's in decent condition. Like the box is a little bit of wear and tear, but I still have the mouse and the I guess it's a mouse pad. But yeah, I still have everything in the box downstairs in the basement.
That's got to be worth a pretty penny now if it's in good condition.
I think it's worth less than it was when we bought it.
Okay, give it another 60 years maybe, and we'll see.
I actually remember when we bought it. We bought it at Target when we were in vacation in the States.
Oh.
Yeah, we were on like because our family did, I don't know if they were yearly, but every other year or something like that. We would we'd do like a little road trip. Yeah. And one of the years, I remember seeing Mario Paint at a Target in California or Utah or something like that. And I remember begging my parents for it. And they caved. They bought it, and
and you just carried it along with you for the rest of the trip before you could play it.
Yep, absolutely.
That's desire right there.
Man, I feel bad for my parents sometimes. I must have been such a little punk.
I remember the peripheral that I had that I had this in my garage as well, and it's in really good condition. It's the Super Scope 6.
Woo! Yes, I remember.
Damn.
Yeah. This is for any of the listeners who are not familiar. You have like gun peripherals for games. So the Nintendo had the light gun zapper, so it's just like a handgun that you're shooting at the screen, right? The Super Scope 6 was like a shoulder bazooka. You literally mount it on your shoulder, and then you hold it like a bazooka, and that's how you play the game.
It even has a viewfinder, right? It has like an eyesight.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's got a friggin' what are those things? A red dot sight, Call of Duty style. Yeah.
It was intense, and it was maybe one of the most uncomfortable peripherals you can imagine. You get neck cramps, you get hand cramps. You're supposed to be playing. It came with the game, so there's games. I think it was Laser Blazer and Blastress. I think were the two games that came along with it, and yeah, you could only play for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes before you're like, oh, okay, I can't. I have to. My neck is like, it just doesn't. It's not ergonomic, but I think in concept it was cool because you're like, it's the '90s, so you're like, oh, cool. I'm like using my Nintendo bazooka.
I thought you. I thought you had a. Was it Yoshi's Safari? Wasn't that Super Scope game?
I have a story to that one.
Where's this going? Hold on.
So, my dad actually bought us Yoshi's Safari because, again, it was super, super cheap. But he didn't know you needed the peripheral to play the game. So we got Yoshi's Safari, we booted it up, and all we ever saw from that game was just the home screen.
Oh my goodness!
We still have that. I still have that game in my collection. That's a core memory. Just my dad getting excited. He got us a new cheap game, probably from Flicks or Aurora, but only to find out it's an unplayable game for us.
Well, I have the Super Scope in the garage. If you want to borrow it to finally try to play it, you're more than welcome to give it a try.
I would love
25 years.
All I know is you just ride Yoshi, and it just goes around and you shoot balls. That's the intro video, and that's all we saw through that game.
Well, at least it wasn't $70, right?
Yeah. Oh, PTSD.
All right, let's jump ahead into eras. I think from here we're jumping into sort of the next gen from there. So we actually went separate paths here. You had both went with the Nintendo 64, and I went with the PlayStation, and that was the next era of consoles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was the big divide. We can only play the games when we met up at parties on Saturdays when we had the family get-togethers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember that was a very strong feeling of like the grass is always greener, because I was always like, man, the PlayStation's got so many cool games, but then you guys were on the exact opposite side, being like, yeah, these guys get to play like WrestleMania and stuff.
Yeah. I remember making the decision. That sounds intense. I was a kid. I remember thinking that because you both had the 64, that I would go for the PlayStation so that we had like a cross-pollination where, like you said, when we got together, we could play the different like console exclusives. That's why I went with the PS1. But I think in retrospect, I probably would have preferred the 64.
Really?
Yeah, I remember.
Is that just because of the games that were on the 64 at the time?
Yeah, I think when I think back to like my first memories with the PlayStation 1, one of the big ones that I think we were all excited for was Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. And so that was a big driver for me to think, okay, I want to get the PlayStation because I want to play Final Fantasy VII. And we've referenced this in a few episodes in the past, but I also didn't have a memory card, which you need to save your games. So there's save options in the games, but unless you have a memory card, it doesn't save. So I remember playing Final Fantasy VII it felt like a really long time. Maybe you both have played through, so maybe you both know how far it was. But I remember specifically stopping at the Golden Saucer Casino. Does that sound familiar?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's decently far, actually.
Is that like midway through? Further?
That's like midway of disc 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's about midway of disc 1.
Okay, so this is something that you both probably do in like 30 minutes. Probably took me about 9 hours to get to this stage here. And I remember playing it, and then, Mom and Dad are calling me down for dinner, so I left the console on because I couldn't save it. And then I'm playing more after dinner, and then it's time for bed, and I left the console on because, again, I don't want to lose my spot. And the next day, I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is like the console overheated and shut down, or my mom was cleaning and was just like unplugged things to clean behind the TV or whatever. But I remember the next day, console's off. I boot up the disc again, and it's back to the main menu, start from square one. The heartbreak that I felt was immense. And that sounds like an exaggeration, but I kid you not, I've not played Final Fantasy VII ever since. I've not been able to, because I'm like, in my head, I committed so much time to it, and then I lost my progress, and I'm like, I'm never going to play this again. There's no way. It's too upsetting.
Maybe this is where your ADD with video games started.
Yeah.
Why you can never commit to a single game.
You have no internal memory card. You just like
as we're walking down memory lane, doesn't things start clicking into place?
it totally does.
Sense.
It's like our future gaming habits are completely shaped away.
Yeah, they were molded back then.
So that's sort of one of my first core memories with the PS1 era, or that generation of games era. Gigs, how about you? Let's go over to you. What's one of your first sort of core memories for that era?
I remember getting the 64. So I was such a little punk that it was the Christmas, like the year the N64 was released. I was begging my parents for it. And I told them that I would do chores around the house and earn it. So, Dad made me this chore sheet, and every time I did a chore, I got to check off a box, and that was $1 or something like that. And eventually, I think I gave up at $40 or something like that. But I remember my dad. So he wrapped this big box, put it under the tree for Christmas, and it was abnormally large. It definitely did not look like an N64. Christmas came around, we opened it, and it was a humidifier. So Dad was just trolling us when we were kids, but he did put an envelope inside, and he made a little. It was like the order card for an N64 from Toys R Us. So so I think it's because they ran out, right? And so they gave everybody come here and claim it with this card sort of thing. So he put that in the envelope, and obviously my brother and I were totally jacked, and I remember going to the Toys R Us before one of his Saturday basketball games, and we put it in the trunk, and then as soon as we got home, I booted it up. It was
watching 4 hours of basketball before you could boot it up at home.
It was torture, man. Absolute
the patience
torture.
You have, Gigs, is incredible.
Yeah, because you remember, when our dads played basketball on that Saturday, you don't stay for your own game. You stay for the whole thing.
Yeah, everyone's games. From 11 to 5 p.m.
Yep.
Oof.
So, yeah. It's funny. We never got Mario 64 with ours. Because, Lex, you had Mario 64, right? And
we
Pilot
did, yeah.
Wings.
Eventually, we had those two games, but we didn't own the N64 initially. We actually had to rent it out a bunch of times.
With Star Fox, right?
Oh god. It was just too expensive, so I think it was Blockbuster or Rogers Video at the time. My mom would rent it out with Mario 64 because we liked it so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
it was too expensive, so I rented it for 63 weeks in a row.
Oh man. Oh. But I remember your dad had like awesome ways to gift. Because I remember one Christmas he gave you and your brother, like he custom made coupons. Like he drew coupons for you guys for an N64 game.
Yeah.
And wasn't that when you guys had gotten, like you had gotten Ocarina of Time and your brother got GoldenEye?
Yes, that was that year. And I still remember how much they were because we went to the mall. We went to the Toys R Us and we picked them out. And even at that age, I remember as a kid being like, oh man, this is really expensive.
Well, it's like $110 at that time. Right?
Well, yeah, as a kid, you're like, well, 110 is a lot higher than 60. Even at that age, you understand that. And it's like, my brother and I both picked the most expensive games.
But like literally the two most legendary games from that console.
But we only retained one of them. Do you remember, Lex? There's only one.
I want to think about that because I could have sworn I gave that game back to you and a friend of yours had borrowed it. I could have sworn.
Wait, what's going on here? What happened? Get the popcorn out.
So I had bought, or my dad bought us Ocarina of Time for Christmas one year. And at some point, Lex and his brother borrowed it. And that was the last time I ever saw the cartridge.
Man, I could have sworn I gave that game back and another friend of yours had borrowed it. Because it just does not exist in our inventory. And I have every single game I've ever owned as well. Like, I even have my brother borrowed games from his friend who had then moved out of the city. So we have his game still, which was WrestleMania 2000 and Super Smash Brothers.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But see, I would have remembered if we had it, though, you know?
See, the thing is, I can't remember. It's too far back, and, like, I didn't have that many friends, so I only had 2 friends that had an N64, and I was at their place almost every, like, day or every weekend when we were growing up. So I feel like I would have known if they had it because I was there all the time. And we played like Winback and other N64 games like Mario Kart 64 and stuff. So I feel like I would have known if it was my cartridge, but yeah, I
you know,
no
that
idea.
kind of it makes sense now because that explains why I have a random copy of Ocarina of Time and I didn't have a 64.
Oh
No
my
way.
God.
Are you messing with us?
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Oh.
I don't.
Oh, my blood was boiling here.
Yeah, I was about to drive over to your house, crash through your door.
Ooh.
Don't worry. I do not have.
Read the room, pal.
Read the room.
Yeah, the tension in here is tight.
Sensitive topic. My bad. I can't see your faces, so.
Yeah,
No, that's hilarious. I think the case of the missing Ocarina of Time cartridge. We'll have to grab our brothers at some point and run it by them and see if they recall anything about this as well.
Yeah, it's probably some practical joke they played on us and then just forgot about it. And we're like, oh yeah, we like buried it in the backyard.
Like, I'm like so positive I returned it because, like I said, like I have all our games, and I only remember ever losing 2 games, which were rentals from Rogers Video.
Nice.
Because when we had gone, like our cousin was babysitting us, and when we had to go to return the games, we had left it on the trunk of the car, the 2 games. And it was some Cyborg Ninja game, the one I had rented, and my brother had rented Adam's Family, like Pugsley's Adventure or something like that.
Okay.
And that's the time I remember where the games fell off onto the road, and then one of them had gotten crushed. So,
oh no,
I think we had to pay for that one. But I think luckily enough, the 2 games were so like low value that it wasn't expensive, but I remember my mom was pretty mad.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. That didn't sound like hot picks, if I'm being honest with you. They're like, we accidentally broke Adam's Family, Pugly's Adventure, and they're like, that's fine.
Yeah, we had that game.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Thank you for doing that.
It's so funny. Like, as adults, it's like doesn't seem like a big deal, but as a kid, if you're like even late returning a game, I felt like the cops were gonna arrest me.
Yeah.
Like everything felt so intense.
The sheer panic.
It's just pure panic. Yeah.
All right, Lex, talk to us about your N64 era memories.
N64 era. So, like I said, we initially started off renting the N64 with Mario 64 because we just love that game so much.
Yeah.
To the point where my mom had actually bought us the console, and again, I owned the original box, and the UPC is missing. So
Nice.
She had either stolen it or gotten a pretty hefty rebate at the time.
Get that rebate.
Yeah. But Mario 64 was the first game that we had played, and I actually remember sleepovers with you guys for Mario 64 and Pilot Wings, and there was one of the memories was Drew, when we had slept over at your place in the basement. We were all so scared of Boo. You guys remember?
In the basement, right?
Yeah. Like there was a stage where Boo chases you when you look away.
Yeah.
And it was the scariest thing ever because I can't remember your setup, but I feel like your couch had just an empty black space behind it. So like anything can sneak up behind us. No, like just empty space. Like it was not like against a wall or anything.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It was like centered. I can't remember if that was true or not, but
that
was like one of the scary parts to it, where like the music itself, the atmosphere, and then same with Pilot Wings as well. Like when you run into, I think one of the faces, it turns into Wario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you shoot it with the it was not a helicopter.
The
gyrocopter. Yeah.
It
was like the little Mount Rushmore. If you shot it,
Yes.
it turned into Wario. Yeah.
That was scary. Was it also the eel in Mario 64 that we were scared of?
Yes.
Eel.
That
And the
eel was
underwater
terrifying.
level.
That was terrifying. Yeah. That's probably why I don't like water.
That's what I was going to say. That's where it stems from, Lex. We're unpacking so much today.
Yeah. The paranormal. Oh, man. This is wild. This is a wild conversation. But yeah, those are some of my core memories from the N64 era. Having to rent the console, and the sleepovers were the big one. Those were absolute blasts.
Yeah.
I don't even know if kids do that these days, you know?
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know.
Because everything's online. You can just connect online.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
They can text each other, all of that stuff. Like, we didn't have that abilities. So, weekend sleepovers were great.
I remember, Lex, you guys had KI Gold, and that was a big hit amongst all of us. Yeah.
KI Gold.
That was the only game your brother dominated everybody at, because he would pick Saberwolf and do the stupid infinite flip kick combo thing.
That was so spot on.
Oh my God. Wow. That was beautiful.
That was like, I know some of our listeners might not remember or have ever played that, but that was like perfect. That's exactly how it sounded like.
You could just clip that, put it in the game, and you would not notice the difference.
Yeah. I do remember that though, Gigs. I remember Lex's brother being menacingly good, and he had this combo that was endless. And with KI was like, you get the 20 hit, killer combo, monster combo. And like, I specifically remember a moment in which he was playing Lex and he finished the round and carried on this combo, and he was at 50 hits, 60 hits, 70 hits. And then Lex was just like looking kind of downtrodden at the TV. He put his controller down, and your brother just kept going. 120 hits, 140 hits. He just kept going, and we were like, stop, he's already dead. It's that Ralph Wiggum meme. Like, And he knew. I remember him carrying on, and he would just look over, and he was looking at you, Lex, while he carried on the combo, not looking at the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see it on his face right now.
Yeah. It was like, what was it? Like saber pounce to saber wheel to saber flip to saber howl to saber spin. It was something.
Well, there was as soon as he launches you, it's just the flip kick thing over and over.
Yeah, the saber flip. Yeah, and then the saber hop into like a fake howl, and then I remember. Oh my goodness, this is why I don't play fighting games anymore. This is the reason.
Brother,
Literally every fighting games, there's something just terrible that happens.
Literally gets PTSD with fighting games. That's too bad. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
And of course, our listeners have heard us reference this in several episodes, but we can't talk about core memories without talking about Star Fox 64, Lex.
Oh, yes. Ooh, what a core memory that game was.
In reality, if you were to take your best genuine estimate, because Giggs and I joke that you rented this game for like a year and a half straight. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your best estimate in realistic terms, how many weeks in a row do you actually think you rented that game?
Honestly, probably 7 or 8 weeks, because at the time it wasn't a popular one, so it was one at Rogers Video that was up for rental for the 7-day rentals versus the new releases were like 2 days. Mm-hmm. There was 2, 5, and 7 days, so there was a 7-day rentals, and then we would have to renew it every Tuesday, which was Toonie Tuesdays. So it was only $2 to re-rent it.
That's not bad at all.
Okay.
Because we never played it when it came out and it was like hot and new. We played it when it was like old.
You guys, I remember you guys played it kind of after a while.
Yeah. But it has to be way more than 8 weeks, right, Giggs? Don't you remember them having it for like 6 years?
It felt like forever. I think that was just because every time we came over, they had it. So maybe there was like an 8-week stint, and then you guys broke it up between, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and to our previous episode, we never owned the game up until I bought it 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
Officially purchased it.
Yeah,
as a
finally in the Lex library after all these years. That's great. We'll have to verify the time frame with your brother, Lex, because
he has a really good memory. Like if we pick his brain, he has like a photographic memory of like the past. It's wild.
Yeah. Another sort of sleepover memory. Giggs, this was at your house. I remember us rocking out to GoldenEye.
Oh yeah,
in our sleepovers.
Yeah, and we would all get super mad at your brother because he would pick Odd Job.
My brother?
Yeah. Because he knew, he metagamed the rest of us because we didn't understand. We were just playing for fun. Yeah, and he's out here being the short king Odd Job.
My brother has no multiplayer decorum. He's
a dirty cheater.
Yeah, because that was, I want to say that's a core memory for us, but I think that's standard across all households where you're playing multiplayer GoldenEye and you're like, okay, the rule is no odd jobs. That's general rule across the board. But my brother doesn't adhere to fair rules, so...
No odd job, no rocket launchers, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no rocket launchers.
And then we also, again, referenced this in a previous episode, but that controller, Giggs, the beast that your brother had was
just wild. Oh my goodness.
I don't even, there can't be anything that was intentionally designed to play. I feel like that was an accident that made it too far. And they were like, well, I guess we have to sell this now because we have 100,000 units somehow. Yeah,
that was some dude's fever dream, and he pitched it. And everyone was just like, yeah, sure, why not? That's actually why Mad Cats went down. They're no longer a company because of that.
Reason.
It haunted them 20 years later. And they were like, that really ate into our bottom line.
All right. Before we start wrapping up here, because obviously you both had the 64, tell me a little bit about your PS1 memories. I know you didn't have one at the time. Eventually, you both ended up with a PS1. We played some PS1 games at my place too, but do you guys have any sort of core PS1 memories that stand out?
100%. Lex, are you thinking the same one as me?
I don't think so, because this one has to do with Drew and Tomb Raider. Is that?
Oh shoot! I think I remember what you're talking about right now.
So, this one when Drew, you were at your temporary house at the time, and your brother was you had Tomb Raider, for sure, right? That was a game you owned.
I don't remember owning it. I might have had a demo for it from one of those PS1 jam-packed demo discs.
Okay,
those were the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you kept showing off how realistic it was for Lara Croft to die.
Oh yeah.
Because your brother was just so impressed by it, so that was literally like the demo to everyone.
Just boot it up and then have Lara Croft either fall or get eaten by a tiger or something.
Yeah. And it's like, whoa, it's so realistic. But then if you think about it now, I'm like, whoa, these games look rough now.
Yeah.
Like, there is no realism anywhere.
I do remember, though, that at that time being like, it's like looking in real life. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like virtual reality. That's not the one that you're thinking of, Gigs.
No. I'm thinking of, so later on, when I had the PS1, which was the small version of the PlayStation.
PS Slim?
No, it was actually literally called the PS1. Like,
right.
ONE.
The small white one.
Yeah.
That's right. I got them too, yeah.
So there was a summer, shortly after we had moved into the last house before I grew up. And Lex's place was like a 20-30 minute walk, something like that. And there was a summer when Alex and I would, I would go over to Lex's place almost every day, and I would bring my PS1 in my cargo pants or my cargo shorts or something like that.
Yeah.
And I would play beside him. And we would just play RPGs, like our own separate JRPGs, but like in Lex's room. So I would play I think I was playing like Breath of Fire. Yeah, Breath of Fire 3 or 4.
And I was playing Lunar.
Yes, Lunar.
Silver Star Story.
That's right. And we just like nerded out over like a few weeks in the summer, like when I had the energy to actually walk 20 minutes a day.
Nerds. Yeah, playing your own separate JRPGs next to each other.
I know. It's so embarrassing when I say it out loud, but it was such a fun little memory.
Oh my god, there's one memory separate from the video games where you had to bike. You bike to our place time to time.
That's right.
And it was one time where I gotta keep the straight face on this. One time where you were leaving the house, we were like, okay, bike safe, because like we were about to head out too. My mom was gonna drive us somewhere, and you're like, oh yeah, I never wipe out or I never fall off my bike. Literally, we're driving down the hill 1 block from our place. There's this bike on the road. The wheels are just spinning, and Gigs is just on the floor. Oh god. And we're like, what happened? And it was like, it's just such a fun memory because it was like so comical because the wheels were literally spinning still on his bike.
It's because the PS1 in his cargo pants tilted him off balance.
Oh my god, I still remember this. So what happened was, I was there's that little hill by your place as you go like drive up to it, and I was like cruising down this hill, and I meant to turn right at the intersection, but I was going so fast and I wasn't thinking about braking, so I hit the median on that turn.
Oh God!
It's so funny.
I can't breathe.
Oh my God! I still remember how hard I bailed on that. Oh my God! I think I was just lying there, and I think I remember Lex and your brother and your mom like came up to me and checked if I was okay. And I was just lying, like regretting my life. Jeez.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Crying. Oof.
All right, folks. Well, you heard it there. That's a wrap for us this week on the Triple XP Arcade. We always love hanging out with you in the party, so please leave a comment below and let us know if you have a core memory from back in the old NES, SNES era, or even what your first video game memory is, and share that with us because we'd love to hear what your first memories are. Be sure to follow us on socials so you don't miss a drop with new episode releases every single Friday. And like I said at the top of the episode, this is our November Nostalgia series of episodes. So we had a lot of fun laughs along memory lane today. Next week, we're going to be talking about our experiences with midnight releases. So don't miss that. Until then, game on, stay nerdy, and remember, you always level up faster at the Triple XP Arcade.
Ride safe, everyone.
Ride safe.